What is going on, guys? JFC here. It's another day closer to the Hero SBC. Some parts of the market are up, some parts of the market are the same, and some parts of the market are down actually on a Saturday morning, which is probably the first time all year this has really happened. So we'll talk about what all that means in this video today. There's a couple things I think are just fantastic investments. Let's take a look. So this market has done some really interesting things since I got off stream today. So what's actually happened is the market has just kind of stayed almost exactly the same, right? If you remember 6 p.m. content, we saw that drop, then we saw a huge rebound. We've seen it slowly go down, and now we're just now starting to see a slow rise. So it's taking a little bit longer than usual to kind of see that rise up, and then certain parts of the market are not actually up at all, because usually Saturday mornings are like one of the best times to sell cards because people are buying weekend league teams, right? And obviously it's very early in the morning Saturday, so there's still a definite chance that we could see the market rise up more. But right now, usually you're seeing that more, and I think one of the reasons for that is because these Rulebreaker cards are so cheap. This Ivan Tony card being 53k, he's actually risen up a little bit. He's rebounded 53k for this Tony card. This Tony card with lengthy with an architect is a beast, man. 50k Premier League striker. You've got this Munier card who's actually rebounded. I bought some at 13k. He's up a 16.75, 17k. This card for 17k is nuts. It's a crazy card. So what I think we're kind of seeing is that a lot of these Rulebreaker cards are just dirt cheap. Lacroix, 92,000 coins. He's actually up more too. We are seeing a bit of a rebound in the market since I actually just looked like an hour ago. So maybe this does rebound a little bit more into today, but I think one of the reasons we're just not seeing the gold market up very much is because of these incredible new promo players that aren't that expensive. So that's just limited the rise a bit of the market today. Avila, 12,000 coins. I mean, he's almost discard for this La Liga striker that looks pretty damn good at 5-star weak foot. So just, yeah, lots of cheap cards in the market. I am a little more optimistic now since I last looked. There are a few cards like Erling Haaland's getting panic sold like crazy. Haaland 182k, 187k now, because it didn't really make a ton of sense why the market wasn't rising, because we're a little bit away from that hero pack. Jekko as well, out of pack specials. So out of pack specials seems like they're probably going to do the best today. Jekko went down to 140 yesterday, and he was out of packs. Down to, he's up to 148 now. I bought one at like 143. Leroy Sané, 39.5k is so cheap to me. So cheap. Many people are streaming buying him like 37, 38k, which is crazy. I think that look today to probably sell him if he goes up and rebounds, and then I would try and buy him back on maybe Sunday night, because I think he's going to rise up a bunch, especially if he drops like 35k or something on Sunday night. That is an incredible buy to me, because like I was saying, this card was selling for 80k 2 days ago. I think it was like 2 or 3 days ago. It was selling for 80k. So there's obviously a demand for this card at a little bit more of an expensive price. Jesus Navas is doing well right now out of packs. Still haven't sold a couple of my Jesus Navases, so that is good. One player I was buying today on stream, Rafael Varane, is so low. So 27.75k. I bought a lot of them at like 30k, so I'm down on this card actually. So I think the meta gold market, this is one of the points I'm going to get across, or I'm going to try and get across in this video. The meta gold market, I think, is in bad shape. Honestly, I think I wouldn't say it's like time to panic or anything like that. I think that it could go up today a little bit more, like when you're seeing this video, maybe, because it's a couple hours later you're seeing this video, so that could be up higher than what it is in this video. But I honestly would not be surprised if like a gold market crash it's kind of like the Hero SBC that comes out maybe starts a little bit of a gold market crash, because there are still golds that are up. Like, I mean, we know Frankie de Jong last year, Marcus Llorente last year dropped half in price over the course of like 4 days. And I haven't really expected it to be this weekend, but there's just some panic on the market right now with these gold rares. Not as much the out-of-pack specials. Out-of-pack specials are pretty fine, especially like, you know, Calvin Phillips, people like heavily invested in. He's still up like 15k, like 99k from what he was. Those are still doing fine. And Thiago too, if you bought a Thiago today, he was like 400k at one point. So there are things in the market going up, but what it looks like is just those gold rares are not doing super well, which kind of tells you that the gold rare market might be correcting itself this weekend, and maybe after the Hero SBC comes out, maybe buying rare gold is a little bit better of an opportunity there. But I'd probably stay away from them right now. If you have gold rares, if you bought some, like I was buying some Valverdes at like between 31 to 35k. He's the same price right now. Honestly, I don't hate just selling him. He has rebounded a little bit, so maybe when you're seeing this video, maybe he's like still 34, maybe he's up to 35, 36k, something like that. I honestly just don't hate taking the slight tiny bit loss or like no gain on some of these cards and just investing in fodder. Like right now, it seems like because there's panic on these golds, the only really safe investment right now that's like I can guarantee almost does well is SBC fodder. So 86s being 13 and 14k, they're up a little bit. People are like getting ready to buy these cards. I have club stocked. I'll show you right now. I've club stocked like a ton of fodder, like 86s, 84s, all in the trade pile. I bought like every 86 in the game or so. I think 86s and under are fantastic right now to buy, especially you're probably fine with 87s, but especially 86s and under. The difference between 84 rated and 85 rated right now, 85s are, oh my goodness, 85s are getting heavily invested in right now, which tells me that 84s are even better because they're 9k right now and these are 2k. The difference between 84s and 85s are crazy. So I would recommend just maybe club stocking fodder. There's still a chance it goes lower because there's just gonna be more supply on the market, but I don't hate buying now because I think when the hero SBC comes out, what the market's telling me right now is that people are just gonna be clamoring to do the SBC, even though it's heavily invested in right now. Like every trading YouTuber right now is talking about how you need to invest in fodder. So it's not like I think we're gonna see like a 7k rise in each card. I don't think, but I still think like 3 to 5k each card is going to be what you're expecting on like 86s. 84s, I'll probably say like 2k, 2 to 3k a card, but it's still that for this market right now is great profit. Nobody on this market right now is making very many coins because the market's just not going up very much. It's just not going up. Fodder seems like a very like one of the safest investments right now. We're talking about League SBC silvers, the best long-term investments right now. Right now, today, if you're trying to invest in stuff, I would play it safe. Go for the stuff we know is like an all right investment. Like we know fodder is gonna be a fine investment. Out of pack specials tend to be a fine investment. So those are the things I would look at rather than the gold cards, because gold cards just don't seem to have moved very much over the course of the last really 6 hours or so. I would not be surprised if the informs actually rebound the best today. They're 70k. Barella's up like 5k from his lowest like 2 hours ago. So yeah, I think today the best thing to do is just look at fodder, especially if fodder goes down today for any reason. You gotta hop on that. You know, it's just hard to believe these Rulebreakers cards. I knew they would be highly in demand, and I think that because they're so highly in demand and they're so cheap, it's just caused more of a panic on the market than we expected. I would maybe try and actually, there is maybe a couple things you could do. Maybe icon trading, honestly, might not be the worst thing to do right now. Where's the icon market? So the icon market, as you can see, the icon market's always wonderful because it just kind of stays stagnant. And I would not be surprised if, because we're seeing higher tier cards go up in price more than we're seeing lower tier cards go up in price, I would say icons might be a decent time to flip. I look at that maybe. Other than that, there's not a ton that I would look at. Yeah, it's just interesting times in the market, interesting times, because it really could mean one of two things. It could mean we're heading on for a big gold crash, or it could mean we're heading for a boom because nobody bought cards today. So it's risky, right? You could buy cards. You could hold on to them for a little bit longer. It could work out, but it's just risky to hold on to golds right now. If you're looking to buy Rulebreakers, like to use in your weekend league team or something like that, or when you should buy these cards, honestly, I'm just gonna wait. I don't know if there's great investment opportunities except for like just like flips between an hour or two if you like study the fluctuations of these cards. But for like long-term out of packs investing, I would not buy yet. I just wouldn't, in case there is a crash. But let me show you guys. So one thing that's just always great in FIFA, one way that I continuously make coins despite any market crash or anything whatsoever, is position modifiers. They are probably the best card to trade with. I've used them so long because they're so necessary for teams, even with the position modifier upgrades that have been out. 1300. Once this modifier goes away, it's 6 days. Okay, so what I would look for is if this does not refresh after 6 days, especially, position modifiers are a huge buy. 1300 coins. These guys were like 1900 when there was no upgrade out and there was no like pack supply. When they're 1900 coins, you can actually sell at like 2200. So if you buy at 1200, it's 1000 coins on every position modifier. And with position modifiers, you know, you can just store them in your club. You don't have to worry about trade pile space either. Consumable trading is super underrated. It is way more predictable than other forms of trading as well, because the cards are just so, they will always be necessary for the entire year because of how EA had the chemistry system this year. This is another thing that, like, just keep it simple, right? Keep some of this trading simple this weekend. I got like too hard into too many things until after the hero SBC comes out. One thing I'll mention too, hop on the bids today. Like, if you search for an 86, for example, like let's go to Lukaku. He probably will be going for, you know, 14K, something like that. Go max price, go 13.5. And just bid on these guys, because when they're gonna drop new packs today, they always do, and people will open them and there's gonna be people are just list for open bid. They always do. In summary, I'm keeping it safe. I'm gonna consumable trade today. I'm gonna stick with fodder. I'm personally not gonna do a ton of the market because it was just a very strange day we usually don't see. So I'm gonna let that play out, kind of just watch from the sidelines. If it goes up, it goes up. If it goes down, I'm not in a ton of stuff. So that's kind of that. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. I'll be streaming live again today at the exact same time, about an hour before 6 p.m. content comes out. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. I will catch you guys on stream today. Peace.